Hello there. I am Tigster2005 of the Prequelgang, and welcome to another episode of Tigster Talks, the show where I talk about stuff by myself. So, recently, and by recently I mean like, how long has it been? 5 days ago, I watched Avengers: Age of Ultron, and it was good. I mean, yeah, it was a good movie, but dude, this movie it doesn't even hold a candle to the original Avengers. I mean, I was expecting something really good out of this one. Like this was still like a really good movie, but like, it's not even close to like the original Avengers movie. Um so what's the plot of this one? Okay. So the Avengers are like back together. They're fighting against some Hydra dudes like they're fighting against Hydra, and then Tony Stark comes across this AI thing called Ultron, and he basically builds it, and then it takes over everything and it wants to destroy the Avengers, and also destroy like basically everything. So yeah, that's the plot of this one. Ultron is a thing, and he has like two people working for him. I don't remember what their names are, like at all. There's this guy who can go really fast, and then there's this girl who can do some stuff with the minds of people and make them see things, and basically make them think they're going crazy and all that. Um, and then when they find out that Ultron wants to destroy everything, all of humanity, they join up with the Avengers and stuff happens. Okay, so so why do I think this movie is not as good as the original Avengers? Okay, well, first of all, there's just not as much humor in it. Like, yeah, there was the handful of scenes that was like Thor's hammer, like everyone was trying to lift it, and they just could not make it move at all, and then Thor just lifts it, and because he's the only one who's worthy, and they were having these conversations about like, oh, if you put it in an elevator, yeah, no, it will still go up, but it doesn't mean that the elevator is like worthy or anything or whatever. That was a fun scene, and then some other things that were pretty good was like, oh yeah, the fight scenes. There was this one scene where Iron Man and Hulk were fighting each other because Hulk was like just kind of like destroying this part of the city, and Iron Man was trying to stop him, uh, and they kind of knock each other out. So that was a thing. That was kind of fun. Um, yeah, and then also when Tony created the Vision, um, this new dude who has like the same voice as Jarvis, which they pointed out, which they made to like help them defeat Ultron. Basically, like there was that scene where the Vision just like picks up Thor's hammer and hands it to Thor, and everyone is just sitting there surprised, just in complete shock that Vision could just like pick up the Thor's hammer and just yeah, that was that was a really funny moment. But other than that, like it felt like a lot of it was trying to take itself more seriously, uh, at the expense of like actual fun, I guess. That's not to say this movie wasn't fun. This is still a fun movie to watch. It's just that the original Avengers, it did it better. It did everything better. I guess it's just maybe I set my expectations a little bit too high for this one, but I don't know. It coming off of like the Avengers and even like the Thor movies and Guardians of the Galaxy, like it's not even as good as those movies. Um, or the original Iron Man for that matter. Um, yeah, I don't know. This movie it's still good, but I feel like it has a little bit too much going on to the point where sometimes you can kind of lose track. Like it has a lot of different storylines. Like of course there's Ultron, and then the twins, and then also the relationship between Black Widow uh, and Bruce Banner and like Hawkeye's family, uh, all of that. And then there's this running joke where in the beginning, Captain America says language after yeah, like he says language, and then all that it's like whenever it's like throughout the movie, whenever anyone says anything that could even remotely be considered a little bit rude, they're like, oh yeah, no, Cap is not gonna like that. That was a funny part of the movie. It's a good movie. It's definitely a good movie. It definitely had like a very good battle scene at the end. Although like one of the twins just dies, and I feel like that was kind of pointless. Just it didn't really have the same impact as it really should have, because like we barely know this character. I really don't. I don't know. It just didn't really work for me. But other than that, this movie is still good. I still think this is a very good movie. Um, it has a lot of the fun. It has the characters. The characters are still as good as they ever were. Um, the humor is kind of lacking in a lot of areas, but the parts that were funny were definitely very memorable. Uh, but what? This feels so unfair to say, but like, there's no Loki is not in this movie. Like the main villain of the first Avengers movie, he like Loki, he was just like so awesome. He had this way of with like words and stuff and like what he was doing, that like not only was he an effective villain, but he knew exactly how to just piss everyone off. But Ultron, he was just like destroy all of humanity, and I'm an AI and I can do all of this stuff. It's just not as interesting in my opinion. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Age of Ultron, good movie, but not exactly one of the best. So, um, yeah. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe, hit the bell, turn on notifications, follow us on Instagram and Twitch, join our Discord server, and keep having the high ground. Bye.